Why hello there. I am almost out of go juice. But it's time we catch up, because it's been a fat fucking minute. As it always is. Because I don't really do these as much as I used to. I always feel like I need to actually have something to talk about when I do one of these. And anymore I draw a blank on what something to talk about might mean. So I figured, at least this year I want to do one of these while I've got all the Christmas shit up. So when I look back on my YouTube channel in another decade and think what happened in my life, I can at least remember that for a very small amount of time, I was kind of happy-ish. I don't know. What is happiness? What is time? I put this tree up on the 8th, and it took me till like the 20th to actually get it decorated. But, yeah, it looks nice at least, you know? And it's on a smart plug, so it's, you know, on and off with a timer. But I got a couple of Christmas pictures up, and we'll come over and get in on some of this. Santa on the Moon. I like this card. My aunt sent me that card. That's very nice. But yeah, I had these last year. I had all this Christmas stuff last year. I didn't actually buy anything new this year. I just, you know, it was like a year between making videos, and that was, you know, after not making videos for like 5 years, you know. So here we are. And I'll do this now. Computer, set everywhere to 30% volume. Don't want to get this one muted, because I've done that before. That was like 2015. I had a Fortress Craft video get muted because of music in the background. But obviously, you know, music's in the fucking background to keep my brain going. If I do this to silence, I'll just, I don't know, blow a gasket or something or other. But yeah, so got a tree, you know, I have a, technically like a blanket here that's got Santa stuff on it, but, you know, I've been using my blues one more, so, yeah. And a picture there that was like hand-drawn, at the risk of getting close to the music. This was hand-drawn, hand-painted. Computer, set living room bulb to soft white. We'll make that, show in its gloriousness. I forget if this was like where we used to get our hair cut. The one gal there made like her own decorations and whatever. So she painted this herself. I mean, this is like incredibly well done for somebody who, you know, isn't necessarily an artist by trade, was doing it more for a hobby, and incredibly talented. So, yeah, I like that. Computer, set living room bulb to red. But yeah, so, you know, we've got first time doing this in, you know, since July. And I don't really, my rule of thumb used to always be, I'm not going to do an update video until I have something like channel related to talk about, you know, until I have like an idea of what I'm doing on here next. And I think when I came back and did this in July, it was like, oh yeah, I plan to do this, or, you know, I'm going to try and take back my channel. And it's not about taking it back. I always had, you know, control over what I wanted to put on my channel. I never really felt like I couldn't put stuff on my channel. Ooh, we'll go in here and do this. I got nightstands. I got a nightstand like on each side of the bed instead of I'll have to go back to the office in a moment, but yeah, so I got 2 nice nightstands, and you can see they're like, I mean, the red light doesn't necessarily do it totally justice, but it's like a nice cherry kind of darker brown kind of whatever wood. Wood's the word I want, you know. We like wood. But yeah, so I got nightstands, and pretty happy about those, because now I have a matching like light on each side. So hey, if I wasn't the only one in this thing, then you know, they could put their stuff on that nightstand and whatever. But yeah, anyway, so what was I saying? I have ownership of this channel. I can put on here whatever I want. And if I end up doing update videos back to back, you know what? Fuck it. It's my channel. I do what I want, you know? And I don't necessarily have to have a plan for this thing anymore, I think, is the idea. I think it's like I've had a list of ideas of things I want to do, but I never feel like I have the time to do them. I really don't even feel like I have the time to do this video right now. I really should be doing work, because I've not been doing a lot of work recently. Not that there isn't a lot of work to do, I just haven't been doing it. I don't know if I'm burned out. I don't know if it's other things. But yeah, so I've just kind of been existing, kind of been surviving. I've been wanting to make more stuff for YouTube. I really thought that when I moved out, it was going to be like, oh man, yeah, once I get my own place, I'll be able to create stuff all the time. And fuck if that's happened. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, this is what, my 4th video of original content, aside of uploading the Fortress Craft soundtrack. Why won't this stay lit long? This is a gift from my folks last year, and it's like, you wouldn't know it. Maybe the camera, I guess, shows it a little better. First video on this new phone too is an S25 Ultra that we're shooting on today. But yeah, you wouldn't know it from looking at this thing, but this was like a gift they gave me last year, and I put new batteries in it, but it's just like, it does not light up that much. Yeah, I guess it shows up a little better on the video, but maybe it's just, you know, bleed in from all the lights up there. Yeah, I don't know. See, so this is something that this is something we know too. I don't have a script. I don't have a set of notes because I don't generally plan these in advance. There was a time with all the Easy Muse shit going on that I did so that I wouldn't like ramble on and this would be a 30-minute video. And this probably will be too, because I don't have a script this time. I don't have notes. I was like, I want to make one of these just to show the Christmas shit. But otherwise, I really didn't know what all to talk about. And there was something that I'm like, oh, I don't know that I necessarily want to talk about that in a YouTube video that I'm going to put to the channel. And I don't know, I guess I'm going to talk about it anyway. And something that I've learned in the last month and a half, I got diagnosed with ADHD. Like the inattentive type, not the hyperactive type, which, I don't know. I mean, it explains some shit. It explains why I struggled in college, why I always end up kind of chasing novelty, chasing things that entertain me, things that are interesting for my brain, and struggling to focus on things that are not interesting or entertaining for my brain, such as right now, work. And the whole working from home thing has been a struggle. Working from home completely by myself. Yeah, we're having fun. So, you would think that like YouTube would be a release for that or whatever, but it's like, no, I feel like I need to be doing work because I'm behind, but then I don't do it because I'm stressed out by it and overwhelmed by it. And so then I just don't do anything. I have watched an insane amount of TV shows and movies this year. I can say that. I think I watched like at least 10 or 15 different movies this year, which I mean isn't insane by some people's standards, but it is for me. I don't normally watch that many movies. I actually might be over 20 or 25. Yeah, might be 20 or 25 movies I've watched this year. And I mean, like, movies I've not seen before. Like, of course, now I'm going to draw a blank thinking of it. What was one I just watched recently? Terminator. Terminator's a great fucking movie. Never saw it before, but that and Terminator 2, yeah, that was enjoyable. And it's just been kind of like going through. So I got my laptop over there hooked up to the TV so I can just watch stuff, you know, online. And be able to, you know, watch whatever I want and just freaking chill. And problem is I'm spending a lot more time on this thing, you know, than I probably should be. But yeah, anyway, so I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm probably just going to ramble in circles for a little bit. But yeah, still empty second bathroom. But yeah, the old nightstand wound up in here as like the new stand for the printer. So I have the printer on that where it used to be where the tree is here, this little mini tree. But yeah, so I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm like all over the place. See, this might not have been a good idea to do this tonight, but I don't know. Anyway, so I had been trying to figure out, like, yeah, why my motivation has been dog shit the last year and a half, and part of that probably is the move. Motivation wasn't really the reason that started all that. I've been having like gut issues for the last year because, hey, it's time to be an adult and your body to fall apart. If you could go back in time to tell 16-year-old me that when I started this shit in this channel, that, hey, yeah, give it, 15 years and your body's going to be like dying on you. Yeah, that'd have been something. probably wouldn't have believed it. I don't know, maybe I would have, yeah, because I was a cynic then too. But yeah, so started trying to figure out, okay, why am I having gut issues and all that, and it then kind of like comes to the realization that, yeah, your gut and your brain have a lot in connection with each other, and so then if your head's not in a good space, that can affect your gut, and realizing like what that might mean, like why my brain may not be in a good place or why my head's not in a great place or whatever. And because I knew before moving out on my own that I was going to struggle, but I didn't know why. And so I've taken a lot of time, the last year or so. I tried to start this whole process of figuring things out in January of 25, and here it is. It was like until November of 25 that I actually got a diagnosis, but I haven't been able to get in with my primary care yet to actually try medication for anything, you know. So we'll yeah, I'm offering a lot of insight into myself, but I don't care. You know what? I don't care. But yeah, so it's been 11 months of this and just feeling stuck in everything. And like I say, it's like I even struggled like getting this place decorated. I didn't really decorate all the Christmas shit until the 8th, and then I didn't actually finish the tree until the 20th. Like the tree just stood here, and I had like all these ornaments or whatever, all the balls and whatnot. Yeah, I had all of these like just in a container sitting on that, you know, ledge for like 2 weeks until I finally was able to get up the energy to do that. And it's not like necessarily outright physical energy, it's just mental energy. Like everything that I look to do is like, well, that's going to take time, and I don't have the time for that. But I end up making time to watch Terminator, you know, so shit like that. Or whatever other amount of movies, and getting caught up. I actually have found the energy to get caught up on old shows that I had like started and enjoyed, but then fell out of because new seasons came out and all that. And so I had been able to like manage to get back into that, which was kind of nice, you know, reclaiming a little bit of personal identity, I guess. But like I haven't watched a lick of sports. My work productivity has been shit. I haven't really been playing much in the way of video games, which I feel like is the basis for a lot of my content creation. So I pretty much just play Rocket League, and I suck at that, and that game irritates the shit out of me. So I don't really. I've tried once. I tried once to make an update video actually a couple years ago, wherein while doing said update, I'm playing Rocket League, and technically I can pull it off, but I realize I just don't like that. I don't like, because I will get distracted by what's going on in the game and lose complete focus of what I was talking about. And it's hard for me not to get irritated when, you know, the community has gone to shit over the years in that game, and it's not as fun as it used to be. Mechanically, it's fun. Socially, it's not. And I don't play Minecraft anymore. Haven't for like a year and a half, because time will disappear in Minecraft for me. I could be on Minecraft for 6 straight hours and just be, you know, cozy and avoiding responsibilities. So yeah, I don't know. I don't play games as much. I'll watch TV shows, I'll watch movies, I'll play on my phone. Yeah, that's about it, you know? And so yeah, that's kind of where that's been at. So as far as making stuff for this channel, I think some of it is like the ideas I have, the remaining ideas I have kind of on reserve. I've like, I don't know, not had the interest to do anymore. Because it's not like this channel was ever about trying to get views. It's not that. It was always just a space to create stuff, put shit out there, and kind of feel good about making something. And I haven't really felt like I needed that to some extent. But I think it's also just like brain-wise overwhelming because I changed my video editor. And I do think I have a good one, but I don't use it enough now. Like the EasyMe stuff got me really comfortable in the editor stuff that I was using at the time. So I could just crank out stuff and like, oh, I know I can do that. This one I can probably do all that same stuff and probably easy enough. I just don't use it enough to feel that confident about it, that it's not going to take me an hour and a half to do what I want to do. Because right now it's like, it's all about how quickly I can do shit, you know? Not that I have to do it with speed, but just like, okay, is that going to take me a while? That's a lot of energy if that's going to take me 3 hours, you know? There are some movies that I'm like, okay, that looks like an interesting movie. Oh, that's 2.5 hours. Let's find one that's like 90 minutes, at most or whatever. Shit of that nature. I've got a few shows that it's like, well, let me find a shorter one. I've actually been getting back into anime a little bit because, hey, at least you can cover that story, in 12 to 24 episodes, not 90. So, yeah, it's like cost reward is shifting a little bit. But yeah, so I'm diagnosed with ADHD, and it explains a lot of like why I struggle in college and why I'm struggling now. Because like I said, I knew before moving out that, I might end up like I was in college, in the same headspace with the same struggles, and I didn't really try to actualize that, but it did kind of wind up happening. The only thing is now we're a few years older, and your body kind of handles that a little different, and so yeah, I don't know, but diagnosed with that and trying to get to the finish line, I guess. So I've got like another week or two until I get in with my primary care to actually try medication for whatever he thinks is the best approach, and just kind of see from there. But that is all to say that I am still alive. I'm still here on this rock, floating around the sun, whatever. And I don't really know when I get back to making stuff for this channel. I feel like I said that in the last one, or maybe it was the update video before that. But I was like, I don't know when I get back to doing this. I like to think that I could just will myself, but even this has become work, and I was thinking of doing this update video a few weeks back, and it was like, well, I need to make sure the place looks nice because it reflects on me. When I was doing update videos at my parents' house, I didn't really care how shit looked, but now that this is my place and I'm doing an update video, it's like I want things to look, relatively picked up. And I wanted to have the tree done, and I wanted to have the gifts wrapped so it, it completes a look, It's all about expectations, right? I'm trying not to have such high expectations of myself, but it's hard because, I don't know, I like shit a certain way, Oh, I forgot to mention that. Because I do sometimes rewatch my old update videos, not because I've got like an ego complex, but it's like kind of interesting to see like the place. And yeah, I've got magnets. I've got magnets now. And these are like magnets that my parents had on their fridge at the old house, and I got like a frick ton of them. So yeah, I got magnets just to decorate this, so it's not just a giant slab of silver. But yeah. Oh, and there's an impulse purchase from last year. I literally bought this frickin' air fryer last year. I haven't even used it. I don't know what to use it for. It was just, oh, you should get an air fryer. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. And I buy a frickin' air fryer because it was on sale. And it's apparently a very good unit. I just, fuck if I know what to do with it, because I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to fucking cook. I can barely do a couple of meals, and it's really just stuff that my folks made when I was young, and those even take effort. I hate having to cook because then I'm standing in here for 20-30 minutes trying to just make sure I don't burn shit or stuff doesn't boil over or whatever, and some of it's vision and some of it's just, again, that's energy. It's so much easier to just stick a pizza in the oven, right? But yeah, so I think this is just kind of my goal right now, to maybe like try to do one of these every 6 months at least, at a minimum, if not maybe every 3. And that might be all this channel is for a bit. This channel might just be me doing update videos for my own sanity, because I really do not like when I look back on things that I did not make an update video between 2019, September 19, and July of 24. There was a lot of life that happened in those 4.5, 5 years. And I should have captured more of it. And I haven't done that. And that annoys me. That really does annoy me. Because, like, yeah, you go from that to, you know, we had the couple of different remodels of the house, and, you know, those were other opportunities that I could have had a video with my dog Jackson in them, you know? And, or just, you know, more videos in general that I could look back on this channel. Not that I don't have other videos of our dogs, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be able to record a little bit more of my life for myself, because I probably watch my channel more than anybody else. As I've always said, this channel is for me, not necessarily others. I just make it public as a way to self-express, if you will. But yeah, so I want to be able to look back on this shit in the 2040s or 2050s or whatever, because, you know, I keep all my videos saved local. Because someday YouTube will go down, or they'll do one last annoying fucking thing that'll break the camel's back, you know. Right now they're already showing ads on my videos and profiting off of my content without me making a dime, so that's already annoying enough. But, yeah, that's beside the point. Anyway, I've thought of, like, maybe doing one of these, like, not to say a vlog, because I'm not a vlog kind of guy, but to do something like this a little more regularly. Like, I was thinking of doing weekly, but I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I would talk about weekly on the internet, and nobody really wants to hear me talk weekly on the internet either. I don't foresee that being something that's worth the time of doing it. But this to me was worth it, like, for myself, right? So, but I want to get back to creating stuff, because I did like creating stuff. I just don't know what to create anymore. Without Fortresscraft, without Easy Muse, it's like music and games were kind of the thing for me, and I don't really have either of those. I do have, like I said, a couple of other ideas. There might be some stuff I made when I was a kid that would be kind of interesting to, like, I don't know, take a look at, put on here for the sake of, like, in case, you know, I ever lost that stuff, then I'd have it recorded in a video, you know? Like going through some collections, going through some stuff I made when I was young. That'll be terrible, but it might be interesting, you know? It could be interesting to take a look into the past, the shit I made as a child, the hilariously terrible shit I made as a child. I don't know. We'll see. It's like I've been thinking about doing that for a couple of years, but then it's just like, yeah, how do I do that in a way that I'm comfortable presenting it, in a way that's interesting to present it? And then what does it matter? Because it's not for anybody else, it's for myself, right? But it has to be interesting for me, you know, otherwise I'm not going to make it. Like, I have to be interested in the product that I'm... Oh, speaking of products, that was something I wanted to actually talk about. So that's been about the only thing that's been interesting my brain in the last year. And you've seen it with the Railblade website. That no, you haven't. You don't go on there. But anyway, I made my own website, and I mostly use ChatGPT to actually help with that, because I know HTML. I don't know as much CSS. I know fuck all about JavaScript, right? So I had ChatGPT help me build a website, put it together. You know, got off of Weebly, Square, whatever the fuck they call it now, and I got my own website. And because of that, I'm like, all right, well, let's see what else this little bastard can do. And I've since used it to write like a backup script. So I basically just have a one-line command and a yes or no check after, like, it scans the destination for its file or its remaining space, and it'll back up folders from one drive to another, and it's like using it for automation scripts like that. And since I switched to this new phone, I'm missing apps. There were apps that apparently I could not port over with Smart Switch because Google and Android is tightening what kind of apps can be allowed on a phone, and apparently next year they're going to kill sideloading too, so, fuck us, right? But I'm thinking, like, I've kind of, like, getting into not necessarily development, but just, like, hobbyist coding, if you will. Needs-based coding, because I kind of do enjoy, like, all right, I'm starting from nothing and I'm making something. It's not making something for no purpose, because that's what I felt you'd have a lot of these geeks at Purdue in the computer science department. God bless them, they're fucking geniuses, but their idea of fun was going back to their room at the end of class to code a calculator for their amusement. And I'm like, why do you need to do that? There's already a calculator built into Windows. I sort of understand now from the angle of, well, if you needed to do something different than Windows allows, if you need it to be something unique, then that makes sense to me, because at least at that point, you're getting functionality that you don't already have elsewhere. And that's kind of what this is where, like, I'll go online and I'm looking for a tool that does something very niche that my brain's like, I gotta have it do it this way, or else I'm just gonna be annoyed. And when I can't find something that does it the way I want it done, hell, why not just have these AI tools, help me build the thing I want? I built an extension for work that helps me visualize our product backlog better. I built a different extension for work that actually, like, gives us a dark mode because our software doesn't have dark mode yet. Little things like that, which is amazing we don't have dark mode, but we're a small company, so what are you gonna do? But yeah, so needs-based, niche coding projects. And I'm thinking, like, I'm going to take these ideas of apps, a couple of them are games, but most of them are just utilities, and be able to make, like, progressive web apps that I could host on my website, and be able to actually then, like, install as a PWA on my phone, still have access to this tool on the phone, but it be hosted through my website. And that's kind of like the one thing that has been interesting me this year, is just coding. Like, but again, not trying to learn how to code. Not trying to learn how to code, because I don't have the capacity for that, apparently. Because I've been asked to, like, learn software testing, like automated software testing, not just the manual stuff we currently do. And I struggle to teach myself automation. So yeah, I'm not really looking to learn how to code, but using what I do know, the theories and all that, which I remember, and letting ChatGPT worry about the syntax. Yeah, so that's kind of about the only thing in terms of production that I've been doing this year. And I didn't want this to be a 30-minute video, but I guess it's going to be a 30-minute video. That's the problem when I don't do these but once a year or twice a year. But anyway, so yeah, I think that is, like, one of the only things that has been driving me to create this year is, like, just, hey, I need this, and I'd go down a rabbit hole, and then 6 hours later, I actually used the auto hotkey. Had ChatGPT build me a script using auto hotkey to open up all the programs I need for work. And then with an additional, yes, no button, you hit yes, and it logs you into all the different dev environments that you need for, like, working on, certain documentation stuff. And it's just like, did I need that? No, but I spent, like, a weekend doing it. And because it was interesting, and it's like, I can make this work. I know I can, So I don't know what that means. And then that probably is just indicative of, yeah, you got ADHD. When you're on, and when you're not, woof. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whole point of all of this is just to say, I don't know when I get back to making stuff for this channel. If I end up making stuff and putting it on the website, then I might make another update video to say that I've got stuff there. But there is stuff that, like, that I made as a kid that I'm thinking I might try to put on this channel in some way that's not as cringe as it sounds, because it sounds absolutely cringy. But I don't know what else to do, and I still want to make stuff for YouTube. I don't want my channel to look dead as shit. The fact that I haven't been posting much apparently made YouTube think that they should just take away features from me that included having the links in my description actually fucking work. So again, fuck you, YouTube. Still didn't break the camel's back, but you're goddamn close. I'm sure they'll love that when their AI detects that in my speech. But anyway, I think that's going to be enough ranting from me for now, because I've been standing up for the last half hour doing that and drinking the little bit of coffee I have left, and it's almost 1 a.m, and I need to get dinner because my sleep schedule is fucked. So yeah, I'll end on that. It's another 30-minute video. At the risk of being copyright banned again, but hey, you know what? Vince Guaraldi. If you haven't listened to the Charlie Brown Christmas album, you don't even have to like the animation, the cartoon or whatever, but the Charlie Brown Christmas album is a fucking banger. Anyway, yeah, here's to the end of 2025. That's weird. And I guess I'll see y'all fuckers in 2026. Probably. I don't think I upload again this year. Probably not. But hey, more than one video in a year. We did it. Small goals, right?